Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in for another flexibility flow. This video focuses on flexibility for front splits, middle splits, as well as deepening your back bend practice. I have plenty of other videos that are more beginner friendly. If this video doesn't sound like it's for you, try those out. If you love splits and back bends, this flow is going to be perfect. As always, make sure you're listening to your body, taking any modifications or variations to suit your own needs. Every stretch or movement we do in this practice is available to take in a more shallow form to get all the same benefits. So let's go ahead and begin in a comfortable seated position. Feel free to take any little movements here to get you feeling good. Begin to tune into your body and tune into your breath. If you'd like to take a couple neck stretches here as I've been doing, go ahead and do so. Beginning to breathe a little deeper, filling your body with all that good oxygen as you sit up nice and tall. Take a big roll in the shoulders. So we'll take the knees wide here, feet in, soles of the feet pressing against one another. Rock out a little left and right. And we'll begin to take some circles here. So warming up into the hips, just getting our whole body moving, warming up the spine. You can make these circles as big or as little as you like, totally up to you. And take your hands to your knees, really work into the shoulders here as much as you can, isolating the movement in the rib cage and the upper body as much as possible. And go ahead and find center. We'll begin to take circles in the other direction. Take your hands to your knees and really work into the shoulders, moving this way. Inhale, open up forward and use your elbows to press into the insides of your knees. As you exhale, round through your spine, and inhale, lean forward. Hold here. Round back, and lean forward, really pressing your elbows into the insides of your knees, opening your hips. Keep your right elbow where it is and take your left hand to the inside of your left knee. Dip into that right shoulder, really press strongly through the hand. Switch sides, drop your left elbow down, bring your right hand to the inside of your right knee. Open up the hip. And go ahead and release that. Take both hands to the insides of your knees and find some small pulses here. You can lean a little left and right. Find any wiggles, any little movements that feel good to you here. Remember to breathe deeply. Sit up, take a big roll in the shoulders. Pull your heels in as close as you can and towards your pelvis, and take your hands behind you. Begin to press into the floor and lift your hips up off the ground. Go ahead and set down, let all the air go. We'll try again. Inhale, lift up. hold here and set down. Option to either do that again or bring your hands in front of you and lift your hips up off the ground here. Find some balance. If this does not feel good on the outside edges of your feet, feel free to take any other variation you like. So go ahead and try one more time. I'm turning to the side so you can see what it looks like here. So you can either take your hands behind and lift up there or bring them forward. Allow your hips to open a little more. Maybe you find balance and bring your hands to heart center. And exhale, go ahead and release. Take some little circles, really working into the hips this time. And switch directions. And rock it out a little left and right. Walk your feet a little further in front of you. Bounce out your knees side to side. Take your hands behind you and press your chest forward for a little back bend here. Keep your left hand down and reach your right up towards the ceiling for a mini twist. And we'll switch sides. Keep your right hand down, reach your left up for a little twist to your right. And switch sides, left hand down, right hand up. Then take your right hand to the outside of your left knee for a twist. Release that twist and switch sides, left hand reaches up. And to the inside, the outside of your right knee. Release that twist, reach both hands behind you and find them in a clasp. Take a big shoulder rinse. Release that, intertwining the hands above your head as you round out forward. And as you rounded here, begin to draw a figure 8 with your intertwined fingers. Really releasing through the upper back. I'm turning to face you guys so you can see the motion I'm making here. Left and right. Left and right. Hold on over to your right. And take your right hand around your left wrist to get a little deeper here. Then go ahead and switch to your other side. Left hand around the right wrist. Release to center. Release the hands all the way up. Take your hands behind you. Roll out your neck a little if that feels good. And go ahead and return to center. Sit up nice and tall. Deep breath in. And scoot your hips back or walk your feet out forward so that if you were to come flat down, your chin would come right about to your toes. That's how you can line up and find a forward fold here. Walk your hands a little to the right. If you can bring your forearms down, awesome, do it. Go ahead and move through center, hands on over to your left. Return to center, intertwine your fingers and take a very active forward fold here. Nice flat line in the spine before you inhale. Lift all the way up, take your hands behind you. So what we're doing here is keep the left foot where it was. Take the right knee a little bit out to the side. So the sole's facing the front of the room or the side of your mat. And press open the right hip a little more. This stretch isn't too specific. We're just getting a little deeper into the muscles of the inner thigh on the right there. Now we're switching to the left, so take the left leg a little wider, really press into the inside of that knee. And return to center. Take both feet wide on the mat. So what we're doing is dropping your left knee in, so both knees are at 90, and shift your torso to face your right knee as much as you can. Begin to walk the hands down if that feels all right. You should feel a pretty intense stretch along the outside of your right hip. We'll make our way through center, bring both knees parallel there, then drop the right knee in. Shift your torso to square off with the left knee, and eventually find your edge on this side. Gently release this side and return to center. Bring both knees parallel again. And we're gonna rock right and left. And every time you rock to a side, squeeze your glute muscles a little to press your hips more forward. You might feel a stretch through your quad. And we'll take one more longer hold on over to the right. So if you can come a little deeper this time, awesome. Go ahead and return through center and switch on over to your left side. Take that longer hold here. One more full exhale, then bring yourself back up to the center. Rock out a couple times, left and right. Then bring your feet wide on your mat. Hold around the fronts of your knees. Inhale, open your chest, arch your back, and exhale, round your back. We'll begin to draw some big circles here. So press the ribcage a little to the left, through center, to the right, and to the back. So think of those circles we would do as if we were in cat-cow or sitting seated. We're doing them just in a different position here. Hold at the back and switch directions. Hold at the back here. Inhale, open the chest forward. And exhale. And then sit up tall, and we'll make our way onto all fours, however is easiest for you to get there. Stack your shoulders over your hands and your hips over your knees. Go ahead and rock out left to right, pressing into the outside of each hip. Press more deeply to your right. Hold there. And press more deeply to the left and hold there. Good, return to center. We'll take a couple of cat-cows. So as you exhale, round through your back up towards the ceiling. Really pull your belly in. And inhale, send your gaze up. Pull your shoulder blades together. Round. And arch. If it feels good here, you can always continue to do those or draw a big circle. So really work into your spine. Press your rib cage one direction, draw a big circle, maybe work into your shoulders a little bit. This movement is totally up to you and your body, so do what feels good. And then switch directions if you're taking those circles. And find center. Stack your hips right over your knees and drop onto your forearms. So we'll continue to take cat-cows, but on our forearms, so it brings the stretch a little more into our upper back. So round through the back and press the chest down. Take a couple more of those. Also option to take a puppy pose variation where you're bent at the elbows, tap your chin, your chest to the mat, and then tap your chin to your thumbs. So I'm dropping down and lifting up. Drop down, big stretch through the shoulders as well. Lift up, drop down, lift up. Feel free to take a couple more of those. Otherwise, hold in your puppy pose. If you like to extend the arms in front of you, you can do that. Really press into your upper back. Engage your core so you're protecting your low back here. And as you roll out of that position, roll forward, drop your hips down, come to Sphinx posture. Engage your shoulder blades, very active position here, pulling them towards one another. And as you hold that Sphinx posture with the upper body, bend the left knee and bring it to a half frog. Straighten out your right arm so you can really press into the left knee. Release the right hand and walk both hands on over to the left. Go ahead and return to center. Send the left leg back. Pull the right knee up into the half frog on the right side. Straighten out the left arm so you can really press into the right knee. And walk both hands on over to the right, sink low. And return to that Sphinx position. Shoot the right leg back. And return to all fours, shoulders right over the wrists and hips right over the knees. We'll take some big shoulder rolls here, so dipping through the shoulders, keeping the back nice and flat as you move. Take 2 more here, roll through a cat-cow if that feels good, and we'll begin to work towards our front splits. So lunge your left knee forward whenever you're ready here. We'll begin to open up through that right hip flexor. Breathe deeply. The left hand comes to the inside of the left knee and reach your right arm up. Also an option to bring the left elbow onto the inside of the left knee, right hand to your hip. To get even deeper, you can bring your right hand to the back of your right thigh and open up. Wherever you're at, square off towards the front of the room. And really press down into that hip flexor, release a little and press back into it. Really breathe deeply here. Toe heel the left foot out a little more to the left so you can bring both hands into center as you pick up the back knee and find some little pulses here. For a funky stretch, you can drop down onto your elbows. Also an option to toe heel the left foot out a little more to the left so you can drop the knee down forward. Find a bit of a back bend here, press strongly through the hands. And return to center wherever you're at. Draw the front knee along the midline of the body and we'll begin to find a rocking motion forwards and backwards. In the forward part of the stretch, we work into the hip flexor, and in the back, we're in the hamstrings. So we haven't hit a lot of hamstrings yet. If you'd like to hold in that back posture and stretch a little longer, do so. So if you're working towards front splits, continue this rocking motion, but slowly keep inching your front foot out more forward. Continue to work out wherever you're working on screen. I'll be showing working towards front splits, but feel free to pause the video, work at your own pace, and no rush to land yourself in a full split today. If you'd like to work more deeply on front splits, I do have a full video focusing on just that, and I show some variations using blocks that are very helpful as well. So wherever you're at, we'll go ahead and press through your hands so you can lift your front knee up, continue those rocking motions as you make your way out of your split. Eventually send the left knee back next to the right. And we'll take some little circles out in the hips, moving one direction, and switch, go the other direction. And we'll go ahead and move through those same stretches on the right leg. So lunge the right foot forward. Go ahead and sink into that front hip flexor there. The right hand will come to the inside of the right ankle and reach the left arm high. Next step here is to take the right elbow to the inside of the right knee, reach up. Otherwise, take the top hand to the back of your back thigh and reach up and over, add in a little back bend. Gently return to center and toe heel the right foot a little more out to the right as you sink down towards your elbows. Wherever you're at, go ahead and lift the back knee. Find some little pulses, really work into the hip flexor on the left here. Now if you're feeling a little more warm, to sink down onto your elbows, or take that funky stretch where you toe heel the right foot a little more out to the right and drop onto the inside of the knee. You can do that, and I'll show that variation again here. Breathing deeply wherever you're at. If you'd like to take that variation with me, I'm toe heeling my right foot more out to the right, dropping to the inside of the knee, and really press through my hands and find some arch in the back here. Go ahead and return to center, toe heel that foot along the midline. Sink deeply into that hip here.